All right, Shalom. Before I continue with this lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Lawyer, and I teach at the Great Millstone Nashville Camp. Coming back with a quick lesson. And this lesson will be entitled, This Was on My Spirit. This is what was on my spirit. And I'm going to start with Isaiah 62. And I guess this is the voice version, or, because you got the King James. But anyway, this is probably the voice version. I was looking for different versions of this chapter. Not chapter, of the particular scripture that I want. So Isaiah 62, I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, I have stationed watchmen on your walls, Jerusalem. Make sure my volume turned up. It says, I have stationed watchmen on your walls, Jerusalem, day and night. They never stop calling out. And we're calling out to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know that, hey, Lord, we are getting right. And we also, too, are calling out to our people. We're calling out to you all, the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics. And, of course, you got Israelite foreigners that are scattered around the world, and they might not look like the people that I just named. They're going to look like the other nations, but their father's lineage goes right back to an Israelite. If you believe this word, you are a Hebrew Israelite no matter what you look like. If you can call on the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and you believe the gospel, you believe the MOTB, which is the chip, the mark of the beast, which is the chip, World War III, the cherries being the so-called UFOs. You're an Israelite. All right. So we're calling out into our people, and also too, we're crying out to the Lord. So anyway, matter of fact, let me get this real quick since I said that. Isaiah 55 and 11, it says, show. So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth, and his mouth meaning, by the voice of his, by his prophets. All right. It says, it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please and prosper. No, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I send it. So, this word, it has went out. It has went out to the elect, the 1/3 of man, woman, and children that believe the gospel. And it's going to prosper in them because they're going to grow in the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's what's happening right here. It says day and night, they never stop calling out. And it says day and night because you got brothers like me. It's nighttime. And I'm doing the lesson. It's a brother that's gonna wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it's nighttime, but that's the morning. We're going into a new day. He's doing the lessons. A brother at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, around the clock. Not words. This truth is being pushed out. This word is being pushed out. That's what's supposed to be happening. It says, you too must not rest or grow silent. Keep reminding the eternal to watch over Jerusalem, which Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. All right. Before Israel had his name changed, it was Jacob. His name got changed to Israel. Then you got the 12 patriarchs of, Israel, the Israelites, his sons. So Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. Israel is a people before it's a place. That land over there wasn't always named Yasharallah or Israel. It was named Canaan or Canaan, the land of the Canaanites, which today those are the Africans, not the Nigerians, the Cameroonians. Many of our people are still over there in Africa. The Igbo, the Ashanti, which is my tribe, Levi, and so on and so forth. Look up Negro land, nigga. It says, tirelessly pester God and give him no rest until he reestablishes Jerusalem and make it worthy of praise throughout the whole world. And that ain't happened yet. The disciples asked the Lord that. Let me make sure I don't knock my water over. In Acts 1. Let me get that real quick. You got something from the Old Testament that lines up with the New Testament, because even his disciples had asked him that. All right, give me 1 second. This Luke, not Luke, damn. Acts. Now I get the main point. All right, Acts 1 and 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? And it wasn't time for that. So the restoration, it wasn't ready at that time. You had all these different prophecies that had to play out in the future that they didn't understand. Now they are back here understanding this word. Make sure I don't lose my page. It says, the Eternal has promised with all divine power and might. Oh, it says, Eternal One, I will never again turn over your assets to your enemies, neither feed them from your grain stores or give them the wine that you have labored to produce. And we're coming into that time where that's going to be done away with. No more going to the fucking store, getting tainted food. You paying for water. That shit is going to be done. Paying for electricity, hell, just to live. That's going to be done away with. And Salaki, give me 1 second. Yeah, that's going to be done away with. We ain't going to stay upon the one that smote us. Is that Isaiah 10? We're going to be in Isaiah today, most likely. I think is it 10? Let's see. No, that's not Isaiah 10. That's, damn, where is it at? No, hold on. Give me 1 second. I got to find that. Yeah, that's what I thought. It is Isaiah 10. All right. Let's see. Yeah, it is Isaiah 10. What? 20? Is it 20? Let's see. All right, Isaiah 10. It says it was 20. Yeah. Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel in truth. So the remnant that remain of Jacob, that's not going to be destroyed during Jacob's trouble, they're not going to rely upon Esau, Edom, trust in him. And that's what's happening now. We don't trust in Esau, Edom. We trust in the Lord. And he makes a way for us. He's going to feed you in the time to come. Give you water, take care of your family if you believe in him. And then if your family is not slaughtered to make it, he going to protect you, and your family's going to come back in the kingdom anyway, in the right mind, like how you like it. You know what I'm saying? Like no more family drama, bullshit, worldly bullshit. It's going to be done. It's going to be a new heaven, new earth. And it's easy to say that as of right now, yeah. But that's the mindset that you got to have. See, militaries get you prepared for war. They don't get you prepared for bloodshed and blown up arms, or you stepping on a IED, or getting hit with a rocket, or getting hit with a 50 cal, getting hit with a 40, a 7.62, a 5.56, a 45. But they do prepare you to die. The military prepares you and tells you that you may die. Many people are going to die. You understand that, and you say yes to it. Same for us. This is a contract in blood. If you leave a camp, nigga, you better keep fucking teaching. And you better teach the right doctrine. And I say that first for myself. And other brothers had the same mentality. Just straight up. Better keep fucking teaching. All right? Because this is all we got. Anyway, right back into Isaiah, and I got the word for pastor too. This ain't gonna be no long lesson. Hit it and quit it. Pester, it says, means to annoy or bother someone persistently, usually by repeatedly asking them for something or repeatedly doing things that get on their nerves. And we're getting on the Lord's nerves in a good way. He wants us to do this. This is how we serve our power. When you have an actual God that you believe in, you're going to do whatever to please him so you can get what you need to get. Yeah. Let's just be honest. These other nations, they pray to God that they win the war. Their God that they win the war. Wealth. Yeah, you're supposed to do that with the Lord. You can ask for money and all that shit. But the spiritual gifts come first. You can do that. Now, I'm not saying the Lord won't drop $1 million on a nigga. Because with that amount, the curses are going to hop on you. You're going to do some other bullshit. But if a brother is slotted to have a little bit of dough like that, then the Lord got him in a good place. Meaning his spirit, his mind is able to handle that. And he's not going to let that shit take away his love from him, basically him loving Yahweh Shemel Shai. He ain't gonna let no money come between that. Money, tribulation, nothing ain't gonna separate us from the love of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Straight up. Now I don't want to make this too long. It's just something that was, it's like fucking allergies. Something that was on my mind, And then let's see, let's go back. Because I wanted to get some more precepts lining up with what I got. So, like I said, I'm in not Jeremiah, Isaiah 62 and 7. Did I even hold on, Salakia? Yeah, it was something else that I wanted. No, I'm not gonna go back into the Isaiah 10. So yeah, Isaiah 62 and 7. I'm gonna get 7. Where's that precept at? Yeah, all right. So Isaiah 61 and 10, I believe it's 10. No, not 10, Slacky. It's Isaiah 61. Oh, my bad, 11. That's what it is. It says, oh, you know what? No, I got to get 10, bro. I was right. Let me start at 10. Isaiah 61 and 10. It says, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. And the sons of strangers are the heathen. This ain't the same. When you see strangers, that's not always going into the actual, the natural heathens. You're going to have Israelites that were known as strangers. Or the Gentiles. Hell, we didn't grow up in the land of Israel. The fuck wrong with you niggas? We didn't grow up in the land of Israel. We got tattoos. You had fucking dreadlocks. Which that's not part of our custom. Watch, you have a bug out ass nigga come on my comment board talking about why we can't have dreadlocks. Get your sissy ass out of here. That's a heathen custom. That's an Elamite custom to sit up here and lock your hair up. Locks, dread. When it talks about not Solomon, what's his name? Samson having locks, that's 7 braids. Braids actually look like locks. Dreadlocks don't. That shit is twisted and matted the fuck up. Get real, bro. Get real. It says, Isaiah 61 and 11, therefore thy gates shall be open continually. That means employment. There's going to be some working going on in the kingdom. They shall not be shut day nor night. We're gonna have first, second, and third shift, nigga. You ain't got the option to choose. And if you smart, you'll really choose night shift. Cause that sun gonna tear your ass up. That's for all nations. You're gonna be out there working manual labor, hard labor, like how we serve. In all seasons, baby. It says, there shall not be shut day nor night, that man, I'm pissed off, that man may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. So the wealth of the Gentiles are gonna flow into the nation of Israel, because really y'all got our stuff, our gold and silver, like how it says in Joel. So yeah, you got something that the Lord wants back, and it's first his people, then his treasures, his gold, silver, all that. The Ark of the Covenant that's up under the Vatican, we need all that back. And you lucky, because you had Israelites that wasn't even, you had certain tribes of Israelites that wasn't able to touch the Ark of the Covenant. You know, that one Jake died. So you lucky you was able to get your hands on it. If that's so. Because they did take a lot of stuff out of Jerusalem when we were sacked, and they brought it back to the Vatican. So if they have that, it's neither here nor there, but we'll find out. If we elect the 1/3, 144,000, we'll find out. Best believe we'll find out. Because when we do a world takeover, all of our stuff is being brought back into the land. Best believe that. And y'all too, for captivity. It says, that's all I want with that. Give me 1 second, because there was another one that I want, which that is, was it Isaiah 61:11. Oh, you know what? I think that was, yeah, that's what I wanted. So, Salaki, I'm kind of all over. Let me get this, chapter 60, Isaiah 60:18. Yep. It says, violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise. So it ain't gonna be no more war in the land of Israel. No more violence shall be heard in the land. Is that happening over there right now? Turn it on fucking CNN or international news, and you'll see what Israel's doing over there. Violence shall no more be heard in our land. That's not happening, bro. Put 2 and 2 together. All you niggas is doing these podcasts. You know, you're up here quoting scriptures like you know something, like you doing something. Y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all not on highways and byways. Y'all not really suffering for the Lord. Y'all ain't walking this straight gate, bitch. Y'all not. So put the Bible down. Quit quoting scriptures. Thank you for letting Esau Edom know that you're an Israelite. Now a lot of is required of you. It's deeper than you just doing a podcast, and you got a big ass following. And then if you don't want to, I ain't gonna say that. Yeah, I ain't gonna say that. All right, so what else I wanted? Song. And I'll probably close it with this. Like I said, it's just a quick lesson, quick hit. Something that's on my spirit, you know. And you know, it says giving them no rest. These lessons, they going out. Psalm 72. Well, I don't want, let's see. You shall judge the poor. They shall fear thee as long as the sun and moon endure. It was something I thought I wanted in Psalm 73. No, 72 or 73. Let's see, let's go to 73. Well, no, that's not really what I want. Here you go. It says God's purpose of the wicked. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find the main verse that I want. As a dream when one waketh as the Lord, thou shalt despise their image. Thus my heart was grieved. Put in my reins. No, that's not what I want, Salakia. That's not what I want. You know what? Let's get this Revelation 19. All right, now I close it. Revelation 19. And 10, I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship God, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So you're going to be out there teaching, giving the Lord no rest, doing these videos, telling our people what's getting ready to happen. If you don't get right, you're going to die. Straight up. So prophecy is the testimony of Yahushua, which we're going to keep, telling you about. It's going to sound like a broken record because, the record is broken. Real shit. The music done stop. Now it's time for shit to get hot. It's finna go down. So Lord will, this is an edifying lesson. Giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, Shalom.